do you get experience when you don't have experience, right? How do you land those jobs? So I've reached out to one of my local churches, and they've given me access to fly through and practice doing a fly through. So I just arrived at the church. I beat the person that was supposed to be here to let me in, so I got a little bit of time. I'm going to go ahead and burn a pack. So I'm actually going to fly the first battery from inside the vehicle. The church is right in front of me, and my visual observer is right out here, going to keep an eye on for me. But I got the Pavo 20 Pro. This is the original one. Got to make sure that it's red to red. The first one's had an issue with that. But this one is nice because I have it on my controller that I can turn on and off the light. I like that a lot. But I'm just going to put it up here. I think I got to turn my goggles, yep, from my other one, which is an 04 light, and go down to the 04 Pros. So this one is an 04 light. I'm just switching it over to the 04 Pro. There we go, I heard it connect. Switch successful. There I am. I got battery. Or I got video. Let's see here. I'm so close to the church, shouldn't really be dependent on the battery or the signal here. It's line of sight. I'm just gonna do a nice little pass around. I'm only about 60 foot up. Line up some shots here. So I kind of want to go through this door. And then probably going to come out that door too. Because out here is right next to the road. I got the power line. I got great signal. I mean, the DJI goggles, they're showing 30 frames, 30, 50 frames. I got plenty of signal. My sponsor, I was just checking out my sponsor. She's just arrived, which is great. Go over here. The power line there. The car. Alright. You know what they say, look both ways before you cross the road. Alright. So go ahead and fly down the sidewalk. Nice little view here. 3.6 on my battery, so I still got a little bit longer on the battery. Nope, almost showed off my license plate on that one. Who cares? But I'm just doing a slow walkthrough and picking out exactly where I want to fly to, then around. They got a dining area and then the actual hall of the church. So I'm gonna try and be in the middle of the church so I can get the best signal. Okay, so I just found my spot to fly from, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the phone. I want to record audio as best I can. I'll just put it right here on my lap because I'm sitting down.
Telemetry connected.
And I'm going to go ahead and fly out and then fly back in. I think I just found like one of their downdrafts for their air conditioning. This hallway that I'm flying into has a bunch of air conditions going on. I'm just flying over here to my starting point. Go back in acro mode so I can actually fly the thing. Come up to the thing. Alright, let's start. Start video. Fly down. Come around here. Kick it into acro or angle mode. Oh shit. That was definitely one of those air conditioned pockets that I was talking about. A little low. There I am. With my altitude. Come into the room. Pan the room. Hit one of the air conditioned pockets again. Alright, this battery is already at 3.5. I'm going to land this battery. And try it again. So I just landed the first flight. That was interesting because I'm definitely gonna have to use an angle mode
Telemetry
on the
lost.
inside, just so I can get that flat cinematic look. I'd like to do this all in acro. I think it might actually be easier in acro. So I just don't want to crash and burn on my on my privilege here. You know, that wouldn't be cool. Alright. Try this again. A much better battery this time, going into full angle mode to start. And the trickiest part is keeping the angle mode going forward. Alright. Not enough room between the tree line and that tree out there, or the tree line and the road and the power line. So, alright, here's the church. Coming down the sidewalk. Straighten her out, get my height going. And I crashed. Alright, so I got the drone back, did the walk of shame. I'm not used to flying in angle mode, so angle mode's different for me. Alright, what is this battery at? Oh, it's still 3.9. I'm gonna go ahead and fly out to the door that I was just at. Alright, so I was in full acro when I took off, and I thought it was angle, which was not cool. Because I purposely tilted it and it went too far. Alright. Back in angle mode. Fly over here. Come down a little bit. Slow it down. Slow it down. Pop through. This is good. This is a good one. I got the middle of the room in sight. Slow it down. And then right out the middle of the room. And that was the shot. We are done. So 3 batteries in total, which is great. I think I got a decent flight. I'm gonna put it all together after this in post. Okay, so I just got done flying the church. Very interesting spot to fly. Very forgiving. It's not a big church, and there's not a lot of hallways, and there's open rooms. You know, it's an open layout church. So that worked out pretty well for a practice flight. I need to adjust. The TX15 Max has clicks on the throttle. It when you increase the throttle, it actually clicks on the joystick. So I need to take that off a little bit because I found that my hover point is right between two clicks, and I'm constantly clicking back and forth between those two spots trying to get a good hover. So that's not working. I also found that the air condition was on full blast in there, and for having the door open to do the entry, it went into super strong mode and was actually blowing the Pavo 20 around when I went underneath the vents, because the vents are on the ceiling. And yeah, other than that, I think it went pretty good for the first fly through. You know, the rule of thirds still apply. You still got to come in. I don't want to be pointing at the corners because there's nothing in the corners. You enter the room, you kind of point it at the middle of the room and do an orbit while pointing at the middle of the room is my mentality about it. And then that way you get a larger feel of the room. So that worked out. The flight plan worked out. I was able to get in there. Had plenty of signal. All in all, I would say it was a success. Until next time, go fly something.